Alright, let's try this one more time, folks. I realized I had a few facts wrong on a couple of oracles I was talking about earlier when I tried to do this, like, help me type of video. I'm doing one on edging, color edging. I have a handful of decks here that I have some ideas, but I can't make up my mind, and I'm more than happy to take in your opinions and see if you have any suggestions and ideas of what I could use to edge my decks that I can't seem to make up my mind on. So let me readjust my leg here. Oh, goodness. Oh, still don't have my desk up. I'm sorry. As soon as it is, it's going to be a lot more stable for your viewing pleasure. So let me just start off with my tarot. It's actually more of an oracle. It's The Good Tarot by Claudette Baron Reed. I still don't know who the artist is, so let me see if I can look that up very, very quick. Interior illustrations, Jenna della Grottaglia. I'm sorry if I slaughtered your name, but your artwork is lovely. So I'm not sure on the Jenna is her first name, Gena. I can't pronounce the rest, so nice long name. So some of the features of this deck is that there's purple on the box and purple on the inside to give it kind of a starry effect. Really cool look. Mine has a bit of a, oh, it looks like it's clean. Oh, nope. The lid on mine has a bit of marks on it. I don't know why. A little cat hair too, good for my cat. So one thing I noticed is that this has this kind of cool metallic look where it says Good Tarot, both on the book and on the box. Okay, but the cards themselves, as you know, if you go and see Truth and Story or a couple other walkthroughs on the Good Tarot here, it's the suits are color toned. The Major Arcana has kind of a predominantly cool blend palette as well. And so there's a lot of different choices, but the one thing we know for sure is that the backs are green with a bit of an antiquing look on the edges and part of the border that it's been given. It's very shiny as well. And I've had some of Claudette Baron Reed's other oracles, and aside from, let's see, I have her Hidden Realms one, her Avalon one. I do have her Wisdom Oracle, but I can't find it since the move. I had it before the move. I can't find it since. That one has a white border. I'm pretty much thinking I'm going to keep that white because it's so predominant and the way they made the deck. Not sure about trimming it, but white it is. But this one, it's not that way. And they do have a special little detailing that they're doing very close to the edge. So I don't want to ruin that look. But I really would love for this not to be white. So my predominant idea is that I think I'd like to do a metallic finish, one of the Sharpie metallics. And I'm leaning between... well, I'm really just not sure. So with the tones we're seeing here on the back, maybe y'all can give me some input. What do you think? I'm kind of leaning, I like my bronze because when I've used it before, it gives off these really cool rose tones that I think would mesh really well with quite a few of the art pieces in here. And even with those that it didn't like perfectly mesh with, I think because it's metallic, and I could do it really well without making too many mistakes or little edge marks on the front where the reading space is. Yeah, obviously it's not necessarily the right tones for this, but I just feel like I don't know. I just can't tell what would be good, okay? I've got bronze, gold, and the silver. And then remember that the bronze has kind of a rosy tone to it. So you let me know what you think. Knowing that this has this cool green tone with, I don't know, kind of an antique book look, leather-bound book look. Let me know which metallic you think would go well with this one, okay? And if you've done something else with yours, please do a video, give me a link, or make comments. Tell me what you use, please. It would be helpful if you gave the brand and the color. because I really want to do well. And again, right now I'm leaning towards the metallics, but hey, you know, if you got a video that shows me something else, maybe I'll try what you did. If it look, I feel it looks real good. But I would just like to see what people did. Okay, so that was the good tarot. The next one I want to cover is I have a Lucy Cavendish deck with Jasmine Beckett Griffith, the Faerytale Oracle, and then I have a Jasmine Beckett Griffith, but this was done with her sisters Amber and Kachina, or Kachina. Not sure how to pronounce her name, but her sisters. Okay. And then the last one I have is the Vintage Wisdom. Now, all of these are decks that I have not been able to choose what to do with. So let me just show you the fairy tale real quick. Now, as you know, it's a Lucy Cavendish and Jasmine Beckett Griffith deck. It has a really cool tannish brown border edge with a lighter tan towards the center, and I've been thinking that there's only about 4 tones, but I noticed something when I was looking at it today, so let me finish this. There's a purpley pink edge, there is a tan, there is a yellow, which I can tell you right now I don't want to do yellow, period. Okay, I don't care if it's pastel yellow, I will never do school bus yellow, but there's also this nice brown. Now I kind of like the idea of brown, because I think it would look cool like a treasure box, right? With full of fairy tales, you know, or an old leather bound book, that kind of thing. I know this isn't the leather tones that we see in some of the other ones, but I think it would look really nice that way. I also am very drawn to this pinky purple that's on the edging there. But you know what I noticed today that I hadn't noticed before? On this inner border here with the curves, it's a mesh between the brown and like a very pale blue, I think. Can you see that? This inner border that's going on here. It actually has a double border thing with a design on it. It actually comes around the side here and comes down. Now this upper border has that pinky, you know, it has the pink purple, but this inner border has that brown and blue. So I have another color to work with there. I'm just not sure what to pick. I think brown's the safest bet, but I don't have a color in this. I don't have a Sharpie in this color. I'm not even sure what color to get. I do have some blues I've used before with my other decks, but again, I also just thought, okay, why not just one of my metallics, right? Because I feel that these metallics go pretty well with the inner border colors, or even try to find some colors that are like, because some of the borders share, there's like 2 or 3 cards that have a similar color in like the pinks or the purples, the blues, whatever. There's a bunch of them. The teals, a bunch of them kind of match and can blend. So there's a lot of options. I'm kind of leaning towards the colors that are on the back though to give it some consistency. I don't know. If you've edged yours or trimmed it or whatever, let me know what you've done. I would love to see either a video or just leave a comment and let me know what kind of markers or inks or whatever you use to edge your cards. Because I really want to edge these. I really either want, and if nothing else, I'm going to do one of the metallics, because even if it doesn't perfectly match, metallics look really good on the edge of cards. Period. Alright, so we're done with the Faerytale Oracle, and now I'm going to show the Myths, because that's another Jasmine Beckett Griffith, if not a Lucy Cavendish deck. Okay, so here's Myths and Mermaids, which Miss Beckett did with her sisters. It has multicolored pastel edging on the fronts, as well as a color that has a color from in the picture, just like many of the Lucy Cavendish or Jasmine Beckett Griffith cards tend to have. It's done with all of these, so it's more of blue tones. So there's blue tilly tones in a very thin border, and then the outer tone is that pastel color. Now, there is this aqua effect of moving water that I really like, and the white doesn't do bad with that, but I kind of still would like to edge it so it's not white. I don't know. However, on this one, I do feel that the edges match pretty well and it could be trimmed out. The problem is I really don't want to lose the yes/no oracle aspect that she's built into this deck. I really like it as is. Unlike the mermaid one, which I love trimmed down just to the pictures, there was no outer thing on the border that stopped me from trimming it. And I really like the finish that's on the cards is, oh yeah, it is. Okay, so it's on the side of the box, this kind of echoey, watery finish that's on the side of the box is what's also on the edges of the backs. You can kind of see the pattern there, yeah? It's also on the edges of the fronts, but then they've tinted pastel-y edge colors. So I don't want to interfere with that, but I really would like to finish it. I do have the two blues that I had in the original set that could possibly work with the colors here, but I'm thinking a pastel would be better. Or should I go with the silver and just give it a nice metallic silvery finish? What with it being watery, I think it would look okay. It would match pretty well. Again, I would like your opinions, suggestions. If you think that the metallics will work just fine on it, awesome. I don't normally ask everybody's opinion, but I'm feeling kind of very undecided on it. So, all right, and last but not least, my Vintage Wisdom Oracle by Victoria Mosley. Now, seeing the box, you know how we have this nice edging, the gilding. I'm thinking, why didn't I just do silver, right? Well, the silver on Sharpie isn't quite the same silver as what you have on the box. And if you look at the cards, the backs are not quite in the same tones. The fronts, maybe you could get away with it if you trimmed the edging off, but this also has a kind of multicolor borders, but they're in these kind of sedate brownish tones with the other colors mixed. Okay, beautiful, and I love it. But then when you go like this, you got this very solid white border. Doesn't mesh so well, right? Okay, and the backs, they're really not silver in tone. They aren't. So, I mean, I could do it, but it wouldn't really be in the tones of the rest of the deck, would it? And I feel that these don't match either. Maybe the gold. I don't know. You let me know. Do you think the gold, the silver? I'm not thinking the bronze at all, folks. I could be wrong, so I'll leave it in the mix. But I don't think the bronze really mixes that well with this. Unless we're just trying to mimic the darker tones that are on the front. I don't know. So you tell me. What do you think? Metallics of one sort or another? Some other kind of color or other kind of edging? I'm really not sure with the Vintage Wisdom. I really like it as is. I don't want to ruin the borders. I don't even want to trim it really, because I just don't think the backs would look great. And I really do like the subtle touches of the borders that it has now. Although I think the fronts would look nice edge, I just don't think the backs would look quite right. Unless we didn't care about the edges at all and we just trimmed it down and tried to match the inner curve of this deck to get that outer border off. Yeah, that's a thought. But even then, I still got color pop pattern stuff to deal with there. Okay, so again, let me know what you possibly have done with yours, if you colored it at all, edged it at all, metallic. Do you found some other kind of inks or something else to edge it with? I would love to hear and see. And that was the Vintage Wisdom Oracle. And it has 52 cards in this deck. It's a 72 card tarot of the good tarot. I believe, I'm not sure how many cards are in the Myths and Mermaids. but I think it's close to standard, somewhere around 45 or 44. And the Faerytale Oracle, it doesn't say, oh, 44. The Faerytale Oracle has 44 cards. So, yeah, not a review of the decks, just what would you do? Metallic, not metallic, all those other issues I brought up. Comment, please share what you've done. If you haven't done anything, share what you think. I'd really like some more added insight. I used to talk over these kind of things with my intuitive and divination group, but I'm no longer in Utah. I'm on my own here and I haven't really connected with a local divination or intuitive group or gotten one started yet. And that's one thing I'm looking into seeing what I can do about. So, my YouTuber friends, enthusiasts of cartomancy and tarot, let me hear your opinion. What would you do? What have you done? And please, if you have suggestions, do add brand names and colors. I know that can make a big difference on what you find and what I could order to help finish my little projects here and finish them off so that they're whole and beautiful co-workers for my readings and just thorough enjoyment. So peace out. Thank you. Subscribe or comment. Most appreciated. Bye-bye.